I've never spoken against the virgin birth because I've always believed in it. And up until this point, I still do because I was told it was true. But I do know a lot of people that stopped believing in it once they started doing research. And I personally kept defending the virgin birth because, like I said, I hadn't really researched it much. But I do know people that are really knowledgeable and they're studied, and they said it's a later invention. And I thought, wow, that's pretty unchristian, kind of like, almost cultish. And so I kind of just pushed it away, and just kind of like treated that like I said, cultish behavior, and kind of like maybe trying to steal some of this from Jesus, trying to steal some of the magic from Christianity, slowly break it down little by little. But in my discovery for truth, I'm finding out that a lot of the things in the Bible are just added and changed and modified from what the Bible actually teaches. The Trinity, for example. How can you trust people who have an agenda that try to make Jesus God Almighty and the Trinity? These are the same people that had handles on the scriptures and the canon. And so, interestingly enough, I went to ChatGPT and I asked it a question. I asked it a question basically, hey, put all your bias aside. Sorry for the spelling there. I just spoke into my phone and it put down things and I just hit enter. AI has a way of kind of correcting things. So I basically asked it, put all your bias aside. What makes a better case? First of all, I think it asked it, is there a legitimate case that Jesus would be the son of Joseph? Okay, because the AI that I use is pretty spot on, and I've never tried to do AI research against the virgin birth, right? All of my research pretty much is biblical Unitarian, and I always try to have AI do it without a bias. I say, hey, without a bias, without a bias, give me the real truth here, and based upon what you think. Don't go along with mainstream Christianity per se, okay? So my first question was, is the virgin birth something that could be contested, and could there be some good scholarship that Joseph could be the biological father of Jesus? And I expected it to kind of go, well, no, that's a fringe view. That's not really that popular or whatever. But no, it returned, yeah, there's a legitimate claim. And I thought, oh, wow, okay. See, I wasn't trying to be biased. I'm not trying to undermine the virgin birth. I just want truth. And so then I asked it, after it said, yeah, there's a legitimate claim to it, and breaks it down. And I said, putting all your bias aside, what is a better case? And I was expecting the AI to say the virgin birth is a far better case. That's what I was expecting. I was just expecting to put it to bed and say the virgin birth is a far better case, even though they can make the claim through, Joseph. It just doesn't hold any weight, and this is why, right? Make the case that basically, yeah, they can argue for this, but it's far better case for the virgin birth. But that's not what AI returned. It says there's actually a far better case that Joseph was the father of Jesus. So I was pretty shocked. And then they make the case that, the wide claim is that these were later additions, right? And the vast majority of the Bible doesn't support a virgin birth. It supports Jesus as the son of Joseph. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I know a lot of people on my channel are going to say, I told you, because I'm not somebody who's, like I said, I'm not somebody who defended the virgin or defended the Joseph is the biological father of Jesus. I fought back all the time against it. I just said, hey, basically I said, I haven't studied it enough. But my knee-jerk reaction was, it's just cultish. Like a lot of these beliefs that I've kind of taken on now, I thought they were cultish in the beginning, but it's because I didn't really study them. I didn't study them. Some people have actually looked into these things. And so with my looking at the Bible without a bias now, I'm not being biased. I'm not trying to, defend my biblical Unitarian faith, and I have to just defend it. I realize the Bible has issues. The Bible has problems with it. And that's okay. Like I said, that's okay. But what is actually taught? How we've been duped on a lot of things. Does the taking away the virgin birth undermine who Jesus was? Actually, if you think about it, it wouldn't, because then if there's no virgin birth and he wasn't born perfect or whatever, he was born without sin, of course, because a lot of people don't believe in the inherited sin, okay? So if he had a similar nature like we do, exactly, and for him to not sin, that's a pretty big deal, okay? That's a pretty big deal. So I haven't looked into it other than this AI. So you can leave the comments below and let me know what you think, but please don't be dogmatic. Please don't just insist there's a virgin birth, okay? I just won't respond, and probably won't respond to many anyway, because I just don't have the time. There's one of me and there's lots of you. So I can't respond to all of them. I just want to have people maybe have a conversation in the chat. I might not respond at all. I might not even look at them at all. But this is an opportunity for people to engage, to defend the virgin birth, to maybe not defend the virgin birth, show why Joseph is the father of Jesus, and make your case. But I find this interesting. I'm not taking any side, okay? I'm not taking any side at this point because I haven't studied it, but a lot of people have made this case, and AI, of course, it's not perfect. It's AI, okay? But I find it really striking that usually AI will take the majority view. Like, I'll be doing biblical Unitarian stuff, and I will ask it something, and it will base it based upon orthodoxy. And I say, I don't want orthodoxy. I want a neutral, and actually sometimes I'll do a biased. I want a biblical Unitarian framework, okay? Because what AI usually does a lot of times is they'll take the majority view. So they'll go, oh, you want to query Christianity? Well, let's go to all the majority views on the net, all the stories, and that's what they'll give you, okay? Not necessarily the truth all the time, but they'll give you the majority viewpoint, okay? So like for example, if I read a story that had, there was a report that said that there was a fire, and that fire burned a 3-story house, and there was 40 stories about the 3-story house that caught fire. But really, there's only 2 or 3 that said that a 2-story house caught fire, and that was actually the truth. It would probably report that this was actually a 3-story fire, because that's going by the majority of the stories found, until they found out that it was actually a 2-story. Okay, they would go along with the majority that was reported on. So it will report lots of times. I've done it lots of times. They will just throw in the hypostatic union, or they'll just assume things in a quest. I said, I didn't ask you for your opinion. I want something neutral. So a lot of the times when I do biblical Christian queries, it will return things orthodoxy. And then I'll say, well, I didn't ask that. I didn't ask for the hypostatic union, because they'll say things like, well, that's just the hypostatic union on behalf of Jesus. So my point is, my queries have not been backing up anything to do with trying to attack the virgin birth. I have nothing in my history on AI that would build that query upon. In fact, I have asked before on the biblical Unitarian side on defending the virgin birth. So I've never asked it anything before in the past. Has the virgin birth been, something that's added or whatever? So I find that interesting. And like I said, I'm not attacking the virgin birth. I'm not. I'm just saying that I find it really interesting that there is really good evidence against the virgin birth that was added later, and AI, which, take it or leave it, okay, it's not perfect, but it is, when you ask it to be neutral, they're saying that it makes a better case that Joseph is the biological father of Jesus, and I find that really surprising. So I'll probably research it later, but it doesn't really matter to me necessarily. I mean, whether he was born from a virgin or not. I mean, I guess it's interesting to talk about, but I'm not going to flip my cookies. A lot of Christians would, oh my gosh, you don't believe he was born of a virgin, you heretic? Or you're damned, you're a child of Satan. You deny the virgin birth. You're on your way to hell. You're just going to deny Christ altogether and deny God. You're on your path. It's like some people just have this, they do not care about seeking truth. Okay. We're supposed to be seeking truth. And if that Bible, there's things added and the truth is in there, that's not what we've been told, then we have to accept that and just deal with it. Do your studies. Okay. But do it with an open heart. A lot of people have found the Trinity is not true. Okay. That's something we're lied about. Jesus being God Almighty, that's something we're lied about. Lots of these things in Christianity we've been lied about. So it wouldn't surprise me if we've been lied about the virgin birth. But like I said, I don't know. Leave the comments below and let me know what you think. But please, if you're going to do it, be honest, be charitable. Don't just come on and preach why you have to insist that the virgin birth is true. Just kind of like give some evidence or whatever, but don't be so dogmatic where you're just closed-minded, because anybody can preach against it. I can get people on here that don't believe in the virgin birth and they can just insist it's not true and just spam the comments with why it's not true. You're not going to get anywhere having a dialogue with just trying to defend your position, because at one point it just becomes nonsensical and it becomes a waste of time. You come on, you want to defend something, you want to prove something. You're not ever going to hear another opposition, another idea. So it's just people arguing and fighting and spamming. That's not a conversation. That's not a constructive conversation. So please, I would appreciate it if people have this conversation to be polite, to be cordial, but also be open to being wrong. If it's a virgin birth, let it be it. If it's not a virgin birth and he's born from the son of Joseph, let it be it. But let the truth be told. All right?